Hi guys, I am bringing you my favorite thing in every category, my favorite piece of makeup in every category. This was really hard because I have a lot of things that I really like. So I had to really look and see what is my favorite. What will I continue to repurchase and repurchase and repurchase? Some are drugstore, some are high-end. I have way more drugstore favorites than high-end favorites. There are a couple things. So if you want to see what my favorites are in every category, then stick around. Welcome or welcome back. If you're new here, my name is Andi. I'm really happy that you're here. Okay, let's start from the very beginning, and we're going to start with primer. My favorite primer is Wet n Wild Impossible Primer. Yes, my products are used, and they are a little dirty. They are dirty because this is real life. So anyway, this is the Wet n Wild Impossible Primer. It is a water-based primer. It feels like a silicone when you put it on. I feel like it is very pore blurring, and I love the way it feels on my face. It's got a little bit like of a cooling sensation on my face. And yes, this is my favorite primer. This is probably the fourth time or fifth time I have repurchased. I have one backup of this. I have this on a revolving Amazon subscription thing to where I get one every, I think it's 2 months. I think it's every 2 months that I get one. Eye primer. My favorite eye primer is the Urban Decay Primer Potion. It used to be the Ace Beauté, and I got this in a Busy Beauty box. And so I started using it after a long time, and I love it. I love it. It is a little on the pricier side. It's not terrible, but it is a little on the pricier side. But you guys, you get a ton of product in here. I have been using this for months and months. And I still have so much product in there. So I highly recommend it. I think it's good. It does give a little bit of a tacky base to your lid. It is, sometimes I set it, sometimes I don't. It just depends on what kind of mood I'm in. But I am able to do both. And then my favorite glow primer. I did this as a separate category because I do use them separately. I will put my primer on and then I will put a glow primer on. And my favorite glow primer is the e.l.f. Halo Glow. I love this. I recently got the Maybelline 4-in-1 Face Perfector. I also like it a lot. I do. I like it a lot, but I like this better. Matter of fact, I just bought another one in a little bit darker shade for summer. So yeah, I really like this. This gives such a beautiful glow. You can also use it if you are a person that doesn't like to wear foundation and you just want a very healthy glow. Then I recommend this. I use it underneath my foundation. I love it. I love it. My favorite concealer is the e.l.f. Hydrating Camo Concealer. This is in light peach. This is what I always buy, is light peach. I also have a couple that are darker that I've used for contour before, but this is my holy grail. This is the one that I will continue to repurchase every time. When this is over, I've had a backup waiting for it, and then I have another one that I just purchased. So I have a backup of a backup. My favorite foundation. I have two favorite foundations, one drugstore, one high-end. But I'm only going to show you one because if it was between the two, which one would I buy? If money were no object, what would I buy? And I would buy the e.l.f. Camo Concealer every time. As you can see, it is almost gone. I love this. This is a medium to full coverage foundation. It's pretty full coverage. You can still see my dark spots that I have. I really haven't found anything to cover them, but I'm okay with that. This gives such a beautiful coverage. I've heard of people that don't care for it, but I do. I love it. I think it's great. My favorite powder product. It is the Wet n Wild Photo Focus Powder. This is actually the second one that I've purchased. The first one was a long time ago, but I have used this. Let's see. I have used this for years. This is how much I have left. When this is gone, I will definitely repurchase. I can set my under eye with this. I can set my face with this, and it doesn't make my dry skin look dry and cakey. Okay, for contour, I have two things because I have a powder and I have a cream contour. My favorite cream contour is the Milani Conceal and Perfect. And this is in the shade Honey. This is just slightly warm. Slightly warmer than I like. I like a cool contour. I like a taupey cool contour. But I do love this. I will repurchase this when this is gone. I don't love the packaging. If I can be honest, I do not like the packaging. The packaging is very messy. Like, it's really messy. I'm constantly wiping it off. So, but Milani Conceal and Perfect. Powder contour. I've used this for a long time. As you can see, there's quite a pan in there. This is the Essence Matte Sun Club Matte Bronzing Powder, and this is in the shade Chocolate Sundae. It's number 3, Chocolate Sundae, and I like this because it is a cool brown. It is a cool contour, cool bronzer, but I use it as a contour, and I like it a lot. As you can see, I like it a lot. When this is gone, I will repurchase. I will definitely repurchase. And it's Essence. It's so affordable. Most of this stuff is so freaking affordable. Okay, bronzer. I have 2 bronzers because one is a cream and one is a powder. Now, my favorite bronzer of all time is the Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer. I did pan an entire bronzer last year. I bought this Milani when I was almost done with it, and I've been using it ever since. I've used so much of it. I mean, when it comes, it's domed over, and I have used a lot of that. Even though it is not my favorite bronzer that I've ever had, it is my favorite bronzer that is in my collection at this point. My favorite powder bronzer. My favorite cream bronzer is the e.l.f. Putty Bronzer. I have talked about this recently on my favorites, and I've used the heck out of it. Like, you can see how much I've used of that. And I will definitely repurchase this when it's gone. They're only like, I want to say $7. They're either $7 or $9, but I think they're $7. And I love it. It is such a creamy, buttery formula. It blends out so nicely. It's such a great formula. I love it. I love it. I have just recently purchased another cream bronzer to try, but I can guarantee you that I will repurchase this when it's gone. Now, blush. I have 2 blushes. I have a powder blush and I have a cream blush. And my favorite powder blush is the Laura Geller. And this is the Baked Blush and Brighten in Apricot Berry. This is a baked formula, like it said. I have used the heck out of this too. It still has a dome on it. I don't understand how, but I have used this so much. I actually got this in friend mail from Gloria from Beauty After 50. And I don't think she realizes the love that I have for this blush. I have since purchased another. I got a set. It had the powder, it had a blush, it had a highlighter with it. But I think this is my favorite shade as well. The Apricot Berry. You can use this with a warm eye look. You can use it with a cool eye look. It's very versatile. And then my favorite cream blush is the e.l.f. Luminous Putty Blush. This is the shade St. Bart's. You guys, this is beautiful. This is such a beautiful... I just put way too much on, you guys. This is such a beautiful blush. Way too much, way too much. Way too much. But after using this and using the Natasha Denona Cupid, very, very similar. Very similar in formula, very similar in shade. I think I told you this is St. Bart's. But yeah, it is a beautiful, this is a luminous. They also have one that is not luminous. I like a luminous blush. So I love this. I think it's beautiful. my favorite highlighter, my all-time favorite highlighter that I own in my collection is the Essence Pure Nude highlighter. This is so inexpensive, you guys, and it is such a beautiful everyday highlighter. It gives the prettiest shimmer, and it's very subtle. It's not like boom in your face, you know, icy highlighter. It's just a very pretty natural highlight. Okay, let's move on to eyes. My favorite eyeliner. My favorite all-time eyeliner, I just repurchased after years of not having it, are the Avon Glimmer Sticks. This one right here is the Diamond Liner in Black Ice. It has a very slight shimmer to it, and you can't even really tell. You can't even really tell that it does, but it does. And then also the just the black one, the regular cream glimmer stick in black. I've used them for years. Like, we're talking at least 20 years, but probably more. And I recently repurchased them, and I will keep repurchasing them because they are such a great liner. If you like a retractable liner, and they're very inexpensive. They are very inexpensive. Back when I first started wearing them, they were like, I would get them on sale for $2.99, but I think they're less than $5, I believe. They're less than $5, and they do have sales quite often. And then my favorite mascara is the L'Oreal Air Volume Mascara. I have been using this for a really long time also. I really like this for my second 2 coats because it gives volume, like it says, volume. I never hear this talked about. Nobody ever talks about this. They talk about the telescopic. They talk about, what is the other L'Oreal? I can't remember what it is. There's another L'Oreal that people really talk about. Lash Paradise, maybe? I don't know. This is my favorite. This has been repurchased. I can't even tell you how many times it's been repurchased. In the tens, like 10, 15 times I have repurchased this, and I will continue to do so. Brows. My favorite brow product is the Benefit Gimme Brow. It is. I don't use a brow product very often. It's almost gone, you guys. I'm going to be really sad. I don't use a brow product very often. I normally will use eyeshadow for my brows. Lately, I have been using this little palette from Brow Bar. Yes, it is dirty. And it has several. I got this, you know what? I think I got this in a giveaway. I either got it in a giveaway or friend mail from Gloria at Beauty After 50. I'm pretty sure that's where I got it. But I really like it. And I use this shade right here. But normally I use a dark brown eyeshadow. That's all I use. I don't use a pomade. I don't use a brow soap. I don't use a brow gel. I just use a angled eyebrow brush with a spoolie on the end. And that's an eyeshadow. But if I had to pick a brow product that is my favorite, it would be the Gimme Brow. Would I repurchase? If it was on sale, I would. But I would not purchase at full price. No. Okay, my favorite lip liners. And I have several of this brand. It is the Maybelline Color Sensational Shaping Liner. This one here is totally toffee. And it is a very universal. You can wear it with something that's a little like a warm pinky nude. You can wear it with a cool brown. You can wear it with a warm brown. You can wear it with a lot of different kinds. And this does not bleed. It does not emphasize the lines on my lips. And I use a lip liner almost every time I do my lips. Almost. My favorite lipstick. I would purchase every shade if I could. But that would be ridiculous because I have way too many lipsticks to do that. But it is the Maybelline Superstay Ink Crayon. This is in Talk the Talk, which is not, this name of the shade is not available anymore. However, they do have, it's a pinky brown. It's a cool pinky brown. I usually wear those two together. But I have a dark brown. I have a wine shade, and it has this, if you want to sharpen it, It has the sharpener on the end. I never really have to sharpen it. But, you guys, that's all I have left of that. That's all I have left. I will repurchase. I will find whatever they're calling this shade now, and I will repurchase it because I love them so much. Okay, you guys, last but not least, favorite eyeshadow. This is so extremely hard because I have so many different brands of eyeshadow that I love. But my holy grail, my will always purchase from them eyeshadow, ColourPop. And this happens to be my very favorite palette. It is the Stone Cold Fox palette. I'm just using this as an example. It is my favorite palette. It is cool, neutral goodness. And if you can see, there is a pan in this palette right here. And I love this palette so much. I will wear it every season. I don't care if it's spring, summer, fall, winter. I will wear this palette, but ColourPop as a whole. ColourPop as a whole is my favorite eyeshadow. Now, are all of the ColourPop palettes equal? Are they all amazing? No. I have had a couple that I don't really care for. But for the most part, your bang for your buck, especially when they're having their 30% off sales, which they have several times a year. They just recently had their mega palettes on sale for 30% off, which makes them, I think, $27. For this many shades, you can't freaking beat that. You can't beat it. They'll have their 9 pans for $9. That is such a great deal because for the most part, ColourPop's formula is really great. I love their shimmers. I love their shimmers. I think their shimmers are beautiful. They stay. They don't crease on me. I love ColourPop, and I will and do repurchase ColourPop quite often. I do. So you guys, those are my favorites in every category. Tell me in the comments below, what are your favorites? What are your favorite things in categories? If you don't use every category, then tell me what your favorites are. I want to know. I recently had a post on my community page that what is your favorite, what is your OG, your holy grail, die hard drugstore item. And I really loved hearing all of your favorites. So yes, tell me your favorites in categories. I would really like to know. Let me know if you agree or disagree with me, because you know what? We're all friends. We can disagree. It's fine. Thank you guys so much for joining me today. This was really fun and hard. I really appreciate you being here. And until our next adventure, we'll see you later.